been a while since I've gotten on it.
This is hilarious, Mike. I didn't think I'd be waking up today and you'd be just spinning me around in a century.
Chauffeur.
Yeah, essentially in like a swamp in Florida.
Welcome to the Ring Arena, US chapter.
We just finished hanging all the wheels on the wall. Jesus.
Oh, that's funny. How is everybody? What's going on? So how does a guy that's restoring an 8.6 in a shed in Ireland for 5 years, probably one of the most dragged out video series on YouTube, end up in America at the LZ complex?
This is pretty mad, me and you just rolling around the compound.
As if it's like normal.
It's not normal. These are one of those days where you go, you just gotta wake up like Dougal in Father's head in the middle of the night and go, you did kick me up the arse.
Yeah, it's slightly surreal. Dave from Driftgames, he was super nice and extended the invitation to ask if I wanted to tag along for the first 2 weeks of the Driftgames trip.
We're taking our very unexciting Kia no-soul rental car.
I was filling in for Josh, but also kind of doing a little bit of a collaboration with the Driftgames guys. Dave needed someone to film, and I kind of spent more time being a filmer than throwing myself on camera, so I figured it might be nice to do a little bit of like a reflection here. I don't know why I do that with my hands, but you know, just now that I'm back and I've kind of processed it all, back in the darkness of Irish winter with the storms and all that stuff. How cool is it that someone can just buy an old like NASCAR track?
Just like from you to go, I'm just gonna make some cool stuff with it.
Huge eye opener. I've never really been around YouTubers or anything like that. Like, I mean, what we do in our shed is just us filming what we're doing, you know, it's just a little bubble with mates. So actually seeing other YouTubers, even just the Driftgames guys, and seeing how they take this as like serious as a job, and seeing like things like the Freedom Factory or the compound, and that was insane.
There's some amount of tire marks like laid down. Go to a racetrack and they're always like, you know, drifting and like burnouts and stuff are kind of like their least favorite thing.
Yeah.
And here, 98% of what happens here is burnouts and drifting.
Let's touch the grass. Ooh,
Spiky.
quite aggressive. How all these YouTubers are actually making a living out of this. It was quite a fascinating insight into just that world. America's amazing. Just to visit and see the different car cultures. I was nearly more impressed on this journey by all the stuff that we don't have in Ireland. Look at the go of that thing.
I can't even see where you're going.
I love how that's normal over here. That's a normal thing.
I think the best part is the JSTB on the back, the mirror on the back.
Like, he has to bring that off-road somewhere, maybe.
On those wheels.
What's it like being a tall man in a compacted
small
car?
I'd say I'm not going to clear with a helmet there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go over here.
Basically with this video, I don't want to make the exact same video again that I've done for the episodes for the Driftgames guys, but I thought maybe it'd be cool to just like give a little running commentary on some of the things that happened. It was so cool just to be even extended the invitation to go and do this stuff. We landed in Orlando, went straight then the next morning to the Freedom Factory. I've never been in Florida, so it was interesting. Very American, lots of lifted trucks. The Freedom Factory was so cool. The fact that like Cletus can buy this racetrack and then use it for events and stuff was just fascinating. It's nice seeing all the stuff that you see on YouTube, because you kind of think you've got an idea of it until you see it in real life. Keys to a Corvette, and he just was launched in the deep end. I like the design on the vans.
This is the biggest safety thing I'm doing this weekend, is just tying my laces. Imagine a lot of people at home now are just watching a man tying his laces. That's entertainment, folks.
Yeah,
that's entertainment.
This is what you've been waiting for.
But it's all brand new.
The front you can.
You have to hang that up in the
Yeah,
gardens
it's
now.
gonna be a
Nice
shop
memento.
decoration now.
The LS intake exploded. I kept a piece of it for a souvenir because I just thought that was pretty crazy. Like, I was in the middle of the track filming and taking photos and stuff, and the explosion was so loud, like I couldn't believe it. So like we all just ran in. What's insane about that footage is like literally like 20, maybe 10 seconds before that, I think he's one of the body shop guys for LZ, but his head was like right in front of the intake, and obviously I think the nitrous went in and they forgot to turn it off and it kept pumping in, and then when it sparked it exploded. But it was, what a nutty situation.
His entire car just exploded into the air, and I think like I think his intake exploded with nitrous or something. I've never seen an explosion like it, so there's tears, there's people hurt, this is not what we wanted.
Yeah, like plastic shrapnel like this sticking in somebody's face would not have been a cool situation.
There's no intake left. There's no intake left at all. The intake on the top is just gone.
Whoa. It was the first time I'd actually filmed the drift, like a drift event in a long time, so I was a little bit rusty, but it was cool just being out there in the media box and that. Like, I used to do that for some of the early drift series in Ireland. It was kind of cool just slotting back into it. Being a ginger person, I wasn't used to what Floridians consider their winter, but that would have been like an Irish summer's day. It was like maybe 30 degrees Celsius and I was getting cooked, but it was a lot of fun. Seeing LZ's 2JZ powered E36 was just incredible.
How much spot they put it up through through here.
Look at that. Wow, it's like a drag tire almost.
It's nuts. That's a 315 40 18 on an E36 BMW. Almost like two tires touching in the middle. It's that much grip. Like, what a cool car. And just seeing like Corvettes and all these more American based builds just in action. We don't really have that stuff here in Ireland, so it was really cool. It's so cool that a YouTuber owns a racetrack as well. I mean, because he just promotes wrecking and like fooling around. But I definitely got tossed in the deep end because with the Driftgames schedule, like they put videos out every few days, and I knew that I was going to have to just get stuck straight into that. Like, I just loved being in good weather, and I just loved just cruising around. I was like, oh my god, I'm in America. It was like a pinch me moment just to be around all that stuff. So I was trying to play it cool, but I was definitely overwhelmed. The Driftgames lads are always at that stuff. They're doing events, they're always going to things, but like I've probably spent the last 2 years just kind of in the shed because we haven't really traveled because of the pandemic and that, so it was quite overwhelming. It was funny, I was walking over the back of the event and I just found like fake money in the grass, and I thought it was like genuine $100 bills. These people are just throwing away money over here, look. They're throwing away money. I was so impressed by it, I could just hear the drag cars racing off in the distance. So when we were leaving that night, we went in to check out the drag cars. It's so cool that all this is just going on, like what is it, a Friday? Friday night.
Yeah, just a Friday night.
Friday night Grudge Match drag racing.
Yeah.
In your local town.
Finish up the drifting and head over here. Noise, they're just the loudest thing ever.
That was like, that's a proper like adrenaline.
Goosebump kind of shit, like. Grip there. It's mad that It just becomes that from tires. Seen those donk machines, like I never thought I would get to see any of that stuff. Like, what was it like?
1,500 horses. And then that thing makes, well, so far we've made like 3,000, but it really makes more.
It's mad that they actually drag race these.
Like, of all aerodynamic bricks. Got a parachute.
Wow.
All the ice in there.
So yeah, ice in there.
That's crazy.
Make a lot of horsepower.
Yeah,
I need like it's capable of 3,000 horsepower?
Yeah.
At the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then the polar opposite of going from like an oval track with the drifting and that just to like nighttime drag racing. What was it called? It was grudge matches, so they weren't showing the times on the screens. So we went from seeing an FC over there drifting and now
FC drag car.
FC drag car.
EG drag car. The nicest Chevy Nova I've ever seen.
Yeah. Man, look at Waffle House. Waffle House looks like it's stuck in the 70s.
Well, this is diesel. So diesel is green and petrol is black. That's confusing.
Oh, that's very confusing for an Irish person.
Yeah, that's not good.
Because it's the polar opposite in Ireland, isn't it? Black is always fucking diesel. I was excited to see LZ's compound. You know, we've seen it on YouTube and that, and nothing really prepares you for it because, you know, you watch YouTube and you see everything happening and you think you've got an idea of it, but like even just driving out there and seeing how remote that place was, it was just something else.
I've entered Jurassic Park.
It looks very Jurassic Park. Wow. I am literally like Owen Wilson in this entire video. It's just like, wow. I'm just wow. Everything is wow. Adam is at the absolute apex. He's at the top of like YouTube, just seeing how all this stuff operates at like the absolute top of the food chain was fascinating. That's great. So what I've been amazed about the most is all the golf carts here have boss kits and like sporty steering wheels. Adam is like a very busy guy. Like it seems like he has very little free time. Like when we were filming our own tour of the place, he was off doing different things, making his own videos. And what's fascinating is he like somehow manages to have time for people, but then he has a video out that day.
So we got our beers for the walk.
Nice.
It was a long day.
You've had a long day.
I know.
And you're just wondering, where did he get a chance to do that? Because there's so much stuff going on. He's got Mike from Divine Media. Mike, you're one of the coolest dudes. It was so nice to meet just like a like-minded individual.
And just the contrast between this car and the car that's in there is
the detail.
crazy. This is my second car. I got this car last year. This is a 1995 Mark IV Supra. I bought it NA automatic. It was actually Adam's neighbor, like 4 houses down. And when I first moved down here, I lived with Adam for a little bit. And every time I would drive by, he'd always have the back end of it sticking out of the garage.
We were chatting forever, but again, Mike is super busy. All these guys are on such a tight schedule because they do a video every second day. So Mike was kind enough to share some time with us to go through his car collection, his NSX with the Marga Hills kit.
Is it in here?
Yes. Do like the traditional YouTuber garage door.
Oh man. I was just kind of sweating behind the camera. Like I said before, in Japan, like I just start like overwhelming with sweat when I like see stuff that's so incredible my head can't process it. But yeah, he's Adam's full-time filmer and editor, so he's always behind the scenes and he lives at the compound and basically has dedicated a lot of his life to documenting what's happening there. So like there's a lot of pressure on him, and he's kind of like the unsung hero of the whole media thing, because what he does makes the whole thing work with the YouTube channel and all that for LZ. Mike picked this up every morning in his Toyota Century. Oh man, I love it.
Up with this road, the old 394.
We're literally
We're off. We're off.
Oh,
Off
back,
course.
we're back on the road. Hey.
Big, nice.
What is that?
Yeah.
That looks like a track.
It does. Big, nice right-hander here.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
watch out
Yeah,
for
that
the-
makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense.
So Mike's sat nav thinks it's in Japan on basically a
It's
toge.
picking random roads to decide.
Yeah,
it's
and we're on the straightest road probably in the world.
We're on a straight road, but it thinks we're
Look
on
at
a
this
massive
right-hander.
corner.
Oh man,
No, we're going straight off.
Damn,
the
we're
cliff.
up
Oh,
the-
we're through a river.
we're going through a forest and a river.
So,
Oh man. Oh man, I feel like my shoes are not the cleanest.
that's okay. This is another big thing that I like, the fact that you can fold this down so you can see over.
Look at this. I think this is probably one of the best things ever about a Century.
Like I've said in many of our videos when we go traveling, that like it's so cool that like cars can bring like people together. Like we didn't know each other, but like instantly we kind of had a bond through our interests and passions. You know, similar tastes with car stuff. All the different garages at the LZ compound, like there's so many with the stackers with all the different cars and that. Like just doing the tour. Then after we were with Mike, just going around, just like driving golf carts around and just like literal pinch me moments where I'm just like, is this real?
We've been kind of allowed to go wherever we want, so we're just gonna go check out as much stuff as we can.
Because there is lots to see.
Look at the sweat. I've just absolutely like, it's funny, like same thing happened when I was in Japan, but like just seeing this stuff and then trying to process this many cool cars, like I just start to get a headache and start sweating because I'm just like, I can't keep up. But like this is insane. Like this is a dream garage. This is what a Forza garage looks like in real life. So I don't know if I'll ever see anything like this again, but it is really a Forza or a Gran Turismo garage in real life. Like it's so cool that he's able to do this stuff.
It's got a special belt on it. LSB, limited slip belt.
Kind of slips every now and again.
Yeah, until she warms up.
Drift HQ talking to Cricket. Cricket's the coolest guy ever. Like he's like something out of a movie or something. Like I mean that in the nicest way possible. Like he's just a charismatic guy.
What's up, boys?
Oh, hey, what's going
Hello.
on? What's up, bro? Ireland's in the house.
Ireland is in the house.
Say hello, Mimi.
This is the.
She's internationally known. Yeah. She's our shop dog. Say
Wow.
hello, Mimi's.
I like the little line.
Lion cut?
Line
Yeah.
cut is amazing.
Put like a sticker like Ian was here. You know, like just show
Yeah.
like the watermark, but we'll just leave it on that air conditioning unit.
Yeah, look at that.
Really get how deep it was.
So this place was underwater. You've probably seen it from their videos, but check it out. There's a water line for a memento. It's mad seeing the floods where it was in. Like imagine the hell those guys had to go through. I mean, Dave kind of felt a bit guilty because we were just like calling in, like, you know, a couple of weeks later after all the bullshit that they went through, just to see it all freshened up. It's almost like it never happened. That is incredible. Like,
It's as good as it gets for an R34 GTR.
this is as good as it gets. I think America's experiencing its golden era at the moment because they're getting the influx of Japanese cars that we got in Ireland maybe 15 years ago. So like while we're on the wind down with what's going on here, America's on the up. And it was very cool to see everybody get really enthusiastic and excited about different chassis that have just landed there and they're trying to figure them out and that. So it's like giving all the stuff a new breath of fresh air. Oh
my god.
So yeah, straight away, Mines, strut brace, HKS, yeah, the HKS cam covers, top secret plug cover. There's a lot to look at here.
Look at it, everything.
Everything. This is exactly how I would put one of these together. Just the gorgeous bits, man, like the Abbey Road radiator with the matching cap. Like it's a perfect blend of like old school cool Japanese parts. Adam's collection is incredible. Like the man has good taste and he knows what he's doing. He's got all the right parts. Like even seeing his 34 GTR with all the ARC bits and all the hard piping and all in titanium, the TEs. He just has the best of everything, and it's literally like anybody's imagination running wild in a video game like Forza or Gran Turismo with like unlimited money. He just has like Mazworks engines under plastic, and he has just a sea of TEs and LMGTs, and like it's hard to comprehend that. I literally felt like I was catapulted back into like a tuning shop in Japan where I couldn't comprehend seeing all that stuff, because I love all the little rare parts and the trinkets and like the arrangement of stuff. So seeing all of that at once was insane. Like endless breaks with the floating rotors. We were doing our own tour of Adam's stuff because, like I said, he is incredibly busy. Like he really has very limited amounts of free time. So I was just curious to see how it works for him, because obviously with my videos, how the Juicebox channel works is I film stuff on a weekend or whenever, and then it goes into a folder. And then my idea always with the channel was to have like, you know, backlog. I never intended for it to go like years behind, but like I always film something and then I always have something to, you know, drip feed. They're banging videos out every like few days, so there is no like bank of footage for them to work through, which is just incredible. They're always knocking this stuff out, literally video after video.
I'm sure this.
We were just talking about the attention to detail that you have with the builds. It's very impressive.
Yeah, you can see the detail on the plug cover.
And that's a little extra.
I was about to say,
It's beautiful.
You say we didn't spend too long on it, and I'm going, but there's flowers on your rock cover.
Halfway through the tour me and Dave were doing, Adam had a few free hours to hang out with us, so he called in and we finished the tour in his main shed, or what was just not a shed really, but his main unit with all of his main character cars, we could say, for the channel.
It's really comfortable.
That's
Isn't that really good? To me, it's building a new Supra. Like,
Yeah.
you need a seat that like fits the vibe.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
put like an SR3 in it or something like that. It'll just look a bit mad.
People don't use seats like this for drifting, but I don't see any reason why not.
Are they super pricey, these Recaros?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so. That's why they don't use them for drifting.
The billet valve cover.
Yeah. Wow.
I love it.
What is this?
So Mazworks do the billet valve cover as well and stuff. They do
So it's
everything
billet.
down.
Yeah.
I like all the purple stuff and everything because it just reminds you of like bike stuff and you get excited by
Yep.
just seeing anodized coloured stuff.
We just finished hanging all the wheels on the wall.
Jesus.
Oh, that's funny.
So eventually I'll have all my race suits there,
That's funny, man.
and I've sold a bunch too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I started letting some go.
Well,
The market's high right now, man. I bought low and I'm selling high.
Yeah.
You'll be that guy forever now. It's like, oh, Adam inflated the prices and yeah.
Yeah, they were already inflated when
They
I started
were.
getting them. Fun fact, I wanted TEs on my FD car, and the place that stocked all the TEs here got mad that I wanted to use them for drifting because I was trying to order like 30 OG bronze before
Yeah.
the bronze you couldn't get anymore,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't sell them to me. Like, you can't use these wheels for drifting. We won't let you.
What?
So then I was like, oh, fuck, man. Well, I guess like, all right, well, I got 8 Blitz and I haven't decided anything to put them on, and I don't have a wheel sponsor, so three-piece worked with me and got them all built up to fit the car, and then I was like, all right.
Yeah, the chrome
So
is.
it's usually, I'll just do like a 10.5 rear, 9.5 front, and it's
Yeah.
like kind of my chaser spec, but it works on most cars.
I like this now because this was not here.
Oh, the
before.
glass wasn't here last
No.
time? Yeah.
So you can now just look down at all the stuff in the shop. That's really cool.
It's fun because I feel like the first tours I was always given here, I was always like, oh, the Blitz are going to be on the wall and the glass is going to be to the floor for like a year. And now finally it's like,
You're like, it is on the wall.
It's all-
and
yeah,
it's all
it
coming
is.
together.
Adam and Dave did a podcast then upstairs where they just hung out and they were talking. And while they were talking, it's funny, I was just downstairs then, like just bucketing in sweat.
While I'm up here making this podcast, down in your workshop is another Irish YouTuber called Neil from Juicebox.
But I'm just having another look around the collection to just like digest it all, because I don't know if you've watched the Japan in a van videos, like I just kind of start sweating and getting a little bit, I don't know, overwhelmed by all this cool stuff. So I'm just gonna zoom through the cars and just look at them, maybe do a little bit of talking. We'll see. They're up there in the glass window having a conversation, and we're just gonna walk around these. This is Adam's E36 that he had the weekend when we were at Clutch Kickers. It's really cool. Like, I mean, having an E36 and then like seeing one put together properly that's a super competitive chassis is pretty inspiring. The gram lights, those tires, color scheme is so nice. It's very, very inspiring. Yashio factory carbon dash, very nice. It looks like a little cooler box for the battery. I mean,
I don't know. There's no point in me probably going through all this stuff because all of you know about it, but maybe you just want to see it from like my perspective because I just think it's fascinating. But here's the S15 Formula D car. So I'm very impressed. Adam just has an incredible like collection of rare cool wheels. So I think these are LMGT4s. They're like absolutely pristine. And what sizes are they? 17 by 9 plus 22. Look how cool all this stuff is. I love the livery on this. Those 3-spoke Volts 33 GTR. Underrated chassis, but a beautiful silver. Oh man, there's so much nice stuff here to take in. That Nismo logo. And you just turn around then, LMGT2s, LMGT4s and 19s. Got the CR2Ps. There's the JZX 100. It's actually a lovely color. For some reason I just thought it was yellow when I saw it a lot in the thing, but it's actually like almost like a Honda like S2000 Pearl or something on it. Triple plated, Blitz 03s in there. It just goes to show when you're not like, you know, be somewhat creative with a JZX 100 chaser. But just like look at the lineup here, like so cool. Like when you see this, you're probably just gonna be like, oh yeah, just another video. But I don't know, I wish people could be here that appreciate this stuff and just see it all lined up in the same place. Like it is absolutely mental. I just love the extremes of seeing just a full maxed out like competition car and then just seeing a really nicely reserved R33 here. The R32, it's just mint, really nice color, quite a rare color. The new reprint version of the Rega Masters, which is really nice. They're actually pretty cool. Like, it's cool that they're reprinting these wheels. Like, I guess they're not the exact same as the old ones. They've got like kind of more of a convex face, but they do look really cool. Ganadors. It's just a very nice understated car. Nismo front bonnet lip, N1 vents. Very nice. Endless calipers. Nismo side pods. This is so cool. Like seeing like an A90 as just like a crashed car, and we only have like 3 of them in Ireland. What a fucking 4-roader. Adam is literally playing like Gran Turismo or Forza in real life, which is just nuts. Like, and fair play to him, you know. He's doing his thing, and like we're all jealous of this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is so cool. Like, so cool. What is a Supra RSZ? Yeah, I think it is. So, or is it? Yeah, RSZ. So basically, it was just a manual NA example, but a rare blue. Can't think of it right now. But I absolutely love the fact that he just has an endless supply of really, really good-looking original bronze T37s with the center cab. More of them here. Oh man, more TEs. More TEs. And we got the Evo 5 Ganadors again. There's a team here. I don't know if Adam is the reason Ganadors have gone up in value, but he has a lot of them. Yeah, very nice car. I just can't get over how many like endless brake kits there is on his cars. Like, they're so nice as well. Then C28s. Then you got the 15 Vortex kit, the forged BC Racing wheels, Weds Crans, LZX, Zeta 4s, Lomax maybe. Nice. A90 carbon Kevlar doors. This is so cool as well. The well plug cover, and then the kind of like green tint. I don't know if you can see that on the DVTI cover there. This is a S14 right hand drive. Really cool. And then it's mad. Are these ESR Square? So it's a company that's like replicating R33 GTR wheels, Mugen MR5s. And then these, look at these. So these are 400R spec Nismo LMGT ones, and they're extremely rare because they're 18 by 10. This is the NSX that they're raffling off. GT wing on the back. I think Adam's putting the T37s on it. I know some of you are going to want to be nosy and see me have this kind of closer look, but just the shop setup is fucking beautiful. All just lovely shelves. Everything is just clean and nice. Everything has a place. It's definitely a lot different to our shed, which is just chaos and dark a lot of the time. Like, look at the lighting setup. It's just beautiful in here. Snap on, look at the size of this toolbox. It's got little cartwheels on it and stuff as well. Amazing. Look at the size of this truck. Absolutely mental. Like there's a full-on F250 dually there with a 5th axle and then like a 50-foot trailer. It's just nuts. Just look at the size of this. And this is just this place. You've seen the other sheds that were in earlier that have the stackers for the cars. There's just this huge vast car park here then. It's it's such a fucking crazy operation. This is an incredible place. And I'm very grateful that Dave has invited me along for this. It's definitely been an eye-opener, and it's cool to see the top of the food chain when it comes to like automotive YouTube vlog type people, and you know, people that are into the same kind of stuff that I'm into. So this is the cream of the crop.
We went for dinner then. It was me, Colette, Adam, Duarte from Drift HQ, and Dave. It was pretty cool. Like I said, I've definitely been inspired by Adam over the years because he was one of the first people to start the automotive YouTube thing and create that template of vlogging, following on from his BMXing and stuff. But that night we went for Mexican food, and we were just ripping along in his, I think it's like 760 horsepower 2JZ Chaser, and just talking shit.
We're gonna go drive some fast cars, Neil.
Okay.
In Florida.
Wow, that sounds good.
I don't know what or how or where, but we're along for the ride from here.
Obligatory underpass.
Yeah, I love it. Everybody does it. Like,
That's a universal language.
oh, that was great.
Definitely spins.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've gotten on it.
Isn't it funny, like you're saying, just the universal underpass,
Yeah.
make loads of noise, like the inner child comes out straight away.
Man, I love this thing.
Yeah, that was great, man.
The sounds, the feelings, the smells.
And it's very normal in here, but it can be absolutely insane when you want it to be.
Yeah, we're just cruising, having a conversation.
Yeah.
Windows down. It's not that droney. It's 4-inch titanium.
Amazing. I was interested to just ask him a few questions. Like, Adam's quite an introverted character, and I just wanted to know how he dealt with the fame, being at that level, and does he get noticed in real life and that. And like, it was cool. We were driving for like 25 minutes to get food. We were just ripping around in his Chaser, and it was fascinating. He's been doing YouTube pretty much non-stop since 2008. Like, he's one of the very first people to do the stuff that, you know, do this kind of template that we've all kind of replicated, and it's got to be quite hard on him. I mean, it definitely takes a toll on your personal life.
Fast car.
What was it like?
It's almost frighteningly fast from
Yeah.
a standstill.
We don't
Did you
want
launch it? Did you?
I don't think it was
What the full on? Like, I went up
launch
to
was from the
about
light.
from the light. I let it like I didn't launch control it. I just sent it, but it's fast.
Yeah, it rips.
Been able to take days off, he can't really do that because how he's created a situation for himself now. Adam has this entire empire that all relies on him putting out video content. He just decides to take a week or two off. Like, it's kind of out of the question. So he's given up a lot of, you know, any sort of free time to just consistently put out videos, which is nuts. Fascinating when you think about it, to be at it for that long and to be that far and almost that famous, where he's recognized by normal people in the street, and he, you know, he literally is one of the most famous automotive YouTubers in the world. So Adam just threw me the keys to his like 300 grand Porsche, asked me did I want to drive it. So before I knew it, we were just tearing through the streets of, I don't know the name of the town, but just where we were staying. So I'm driving Adam LZ's 911. This is such a mad scenario. I'm just following Adam in his Chaser. Fucking hell. And we're just driving around some small town in Florida, just outside the compound after getting dinner. I'm fucking shitting myself. I've never ever driven anything this expensive in my life. And I'm just some ginger Irish lad that's fucking terrified driving this. And he's telling me to drive it on, but I can't afford to fix this thing, so I'm literally holding on for dear life. He got Dave to drive his Chaser, and I was just driving his Porsche. I've never driven a car that expensive in my life. I've never driven a Porsche. to be honest, I was shitting myself because I was on the wrong side of the road driving a 300 grand 992 or whatever brand new car just after Adam had crashed his other Porsche. So I was fucking shitting myself. I was like, man, if I crashed this car, like, oh my god, like imagine. So, but it was so cool. I tried to film a little bit of it, but it was one of those nights where we weren't really filming it. Like, cameras were off, so we were just hanging out. It was like, I didn't want to be that guy with the cameras. What an experience. Like, I mean, like I said, Adam's at the top of all this really, like, and he's got a full empire, and it was just fascinating to see the entire compound, Drift HQ, like Mike from Divine Media, all that stuff, and just see that big beast that they've just created. Definitely something else.
I am behind the camera.
Cameraman Neil. I loved it.
Cameraman Neil.
I like Jimmy. Jimmy, I feel like we're on the same page. Like, he's just a cool guy. Like, I've always appreciated Jimmy's content, and he's come kind of from a VW style scene and adopted that to the JDM stuff. And like I said, I love seeing lads like Jimmy and all these people getting all these cars and creating this newfound enthusiasm and interest for certain chassis, and they're getting excited about stuff like Spec S, Autech, NA engines, and all these things that were considered undesirable to all of us in Ireland and other places years ago. So it's really cool to see that.
This selection here now, if we just yes. This is all very pretty. Golden Girls, yeah. This is all the pretty now.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing to me, I think it might be my favorite RX-7 I've ever seen.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's simple.
It's the color, it's the wheels.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
And keep it simple.
He literally is living the dream that I would love to live anyway. Like, I just love his warehouse and his setup, and he's just building super clean, really well put together cars. And it was fascinating. It was cool. We ended up talking for like maybe 20 minutes about like the USDM and like Euro spec Koki S14 bumper. This was the Koki bumper that you got over here then. It didn't have two different versions of it. Like,
No, this is the USDM one.
yeah, because we got this as well.
Yeah.
But it has a big massive extra recess that they drilled onto the front of it, so I've never actually seen it without it.
Oh yeah, because you have that like plate.
Yeah, so when they take that off, this is hiding underneath it. But then I never knew that you guys actually got it, because I was like, wait a second, that looks like a Japanese size
So
plate.
like, everyone likes the JDM front bumper for some reason.
I think this is so cool because it
I
almost
think-
looks like a GTR bumper that's condensed.
See?
And I was like,
This is why I
oh,
like you, Neil.
what a
Fuck,
cool
this is sick.
bumper. Like. Jimmy's little setup in Connecticut there with like, he's got DJ across the way. Didn't realize DJ was so close to you, because sometimes when I see him in your videos, I just thought he was calling over to...
Yeah, no, we're all across the parking lot, but
This thing is beautiful.
It's absolutely.
It's on Lambo. He's Lambo doors in this as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
They do that. To come out and come up is really stressful.
Am I doing it? All right. DJ does it no issue, but like when it's not, there it is, right there. Confettis and everything in it.
Yeah, he's got good taste, man. I gotta give it to him. This Navin front bumper. So is everything in here his, or is it just he shares with the guys?
Alex is technically shared spot, but his car isn't in here right now. So
Yeah.
everything in here is DJ's.
This is so cool. And then you got the guys Alpha and Omega K in the drag shop.
What's up, man? How are you?
What's up?
What's going on?
How are you? Car is Alpha K. I'm joking.
Cool.
So that whole setup right there
It
is
looks like a motorcycle.
It does.
FCS
Or like a mountain
control
bike.
arms, and they're full ceramic bearings and everything. And we can play. And I adjusted on this car. I extended my wheelbase about 2 inches.
Being here, it's like
So it's a little bit
stable
more.
out the chassis a little bit.
My wife only knew what I said.
Man, look at the way the exhaust manifold goes out. That's incredible.
But you're just changing the compression.
So it's 2.4 naturally aspirated,
Naturally
no turbo, no
aspirated.
supercharger,
Nope.
and it makes how much horsepower?
430.
I get stuck because I'm holding the camera, so it's just like I'm putting the hood up, hoping that something will happen here.
See you later, Neil.
Thanks.
See you later.
Then you've got another friend across the way who has a drag shop.
And record. Are we
Yes.
live?
Yeah.
Is this?
We're live.
This is Juicebox.
We're on Juicebox.
I'm
now.
on Juicebox.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
on
this is
Juicebox.
sick.
This is new because Neil's been on Driftgames for ages. Now I'm on Juicebox.
Yeah.
Hello, Juicebox.
Is this real-time Juicebox or is this 3 years from
I don't
now?
know, I'll probably
Juicebox?
have to put this out like next week or something, so under
Yeah.
pressure.
Gonna be a new vlog or in your current vlog?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's just pretend both at the same time.
And welcome to 2019 or 2022 or.
So we keep showing the guys Japanese stuff because that's just like what we like, and then I forget they're in America and you guys haven't seen much American stuff. My good friend's literally across the parking lot. He's a fabricator and he builds drag race cars. We're gonna just barge in on him. He's got a couple projects right now for customers that are pretty torn apart, but you'll get a little taste of I guess this end of the spectrum, I guess. if you
Okay,
wanna call it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, but
What's this? Why is this?
Yeah,
here? And
this
it's
is
not-
very alien to us.
we sent off like 2 big finish cars recently,
Oh
so
my
right now it's
God.
back to the bare. Yeah, there you go.
Jeez.
That's proper.
That's a scoop.
So what do you call these then? Because it's like it's not a street car anymore. It's not a funny car either. Is it? Like what's?
No, this is called basically a door slammer. It's a steel roof, steel quarter car, but it's basically a chassis car underneath.
Okay.
Like they built a full chassis and they basically just put the body back.
Wow.
Just to meet the class.
Yeah.
Like regular.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's a big block, all right.
You
Oh
can
my
see where the
God.
name came from,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
well, it's advertised. In Europe, they'll go, oh, the Veyron's 1,000 horsepower. You might push to 1,500 horsepower for
Yeah,
a
but-
truck racing
But
truck.
the difference between that car and this car is to go in a straight line for a short period of time and then you put it on the trailer.
Yeah.
These with a Veyron, you can cruise the thing around.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah. It's
go
a-
get food. You know, this is
Usable without-
Yeah,
this
this
a
is very
purpose-
specific. Like yeah.
purpose-built car.
It's so cool. Like when I was younger, before we were into the Japanese stuff, like I was just obsessed with American like automotive culture from like the 60s and 70s and 80s. So like actually seeing it is incredible. Like just to see the stuff in real life. We don't have anything like this at home because we've no drag strips. We have nothing. So
Really?
it's just kind of like
Yeah.
a fantasy to us almost. You know, like there's a very small American car scene, but like there's
And it's generally Sunday driving a nice Mustang or Camaro. They're not building it for superpower.
Go ahead in there.
You're going straight.
Right.
So you
Oh
don't
my
need
God.
seat belts,
look at the size of
really. Like in it too.
So it's basically a full tube chassis that someone just then put a panel on.
yeah.
That's it. So it wasn't the other way around. Usually it's like you shove a bunch of tubes in a car, boom.
It's a 15. It's a 15 diameter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the width is,
Yeah.
but it's probably a 13 or a 14.
I think this is a 3-speed car, isn't it?
It is a 3-speed, yeah. So it's a turbo 400.
What is it? Here, there, and gone, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so you will shift as you're going down the quarter mile with it, or
Well, you can, but this has air solenoid in the back of the shifter.
Yeah.
That's plumbed probably to the nitrous bottle or a CO2 tank. So the ECU will tell it when to shift.
so you just lower it.
Yeah, you
and hold
just
on.
lower it and you hold on and you keep the thing from hitting the wall. Usually drag cars are probably about 20 degrees of turning radius and that's it. That's not a lot.
Obviously, the most addicting rush ever, then, because you've been at it for years and you still, you know, like it just you want to just go faster all the time and like.
Well, you know what's funny is the more money and the more time you put in these things, the less time you spend enjoying them because the faster you're going. You know?
Guys, take a lesson from that one.
Jeep Cherokees and Wranglers and like Dodge minivans, like you get that, and like Chrysler, like
really cool stuff, yeah.
Real Chrysler that they made years ago. Remember the
Cruiser. We got the
Plymouth?
Cruiser.
Yeah, we got a few of
Crawler,
those kind of
yeah.
weird things and stuff.
Cruiser, yeah, that was a good one.
PT Cruiser, hell of a car.
How about
Yeah.
the wood grain ones? Did you get,
Yeah.
you got the wood
Yeah,
grain
yeah,
right
yeah.
there?
That's it.
American
That's
classic.
They sold like 4. So
Good.
Because they obviously thought that stuff would sell in Europe, but then like the Europeans, you know what I mean? They're just like, we don't know what to do with this American stuff.
They were like, no, it's not going to happen. So basically, I think the only US car we get at the moment that you can walk into a dealership and buy would be the Mustang. That's about it. And 95% of them would be 2.3, the 2.3 because of running costs and tax. But also remember that a V8 Mustang in Ireland, brand new, is $90,000.
US dollars?
Yes.
So this is Johnny's personal car. You gotta check this out. So what is this called? Like, what class are you
It's a
trying
Fox
to attain to? Because there's just tubes everywhere now at this point.
It's still stock suspension. Well,
Hold on.
stock suspension. So these cars, they're factory 4-link, right?
Yep.
So it's a triangulated 4-link,
So
which
you know all about the 4-link.
Yes, of course.
There you go.
and but what I did was
He said stock suspension, Johnny.
It's-
What the fuck?
believe it or not, it's still considered stock suspension because the mounting points on the chassis are in the stock location. Just because
Look at that axle.
because we have adjustability, that is still okay.
Yeah, stock.
That cage is incredible. Like, I mean, I don't even know what I'm
If
looking at.
if my fabricator was asked to do this now, he'd be like, no. He'd be like, this is.
It's
too
not just
much.
for strength and rigidity, so like, it's
But also
nuts.
remember,
and
I was gonna
safety,
say,
yeah.
if you-
It was a high 8-second street car,
Jesus, really?
and yeah,
I didn't know it was a
and-
high.
Yeah, it went 865.
And now what's
What
it going
the
to be then? Like, what will this be classed as now when it's like, won't be a street car anymore, will it? Because
No,
is it a pro car then, or?
It's the
Basically.
chassis itself is going to be pro level,
Yeah.
but the engine that I'm going to be able to afford to put in it is not going to be pro level.
Okay.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
It was so it was so beautiful.
that was-
this thing was
that
like my
was-
black coupe. If you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like perfect at one point. Now it's just the
Why
front
did
end's
you
cut
just,
off.
Did you just
and-
get bored and want to go and just get carried away, or?
how it went was I bought a couple things. Like I wanted to change the shocks in it, and I wanted to mini tub it so I could fit a fatter tire, right? And then the longer the car sat apart, the more and more parts I sold off of it because
We all know that one.
Oh yeah, slippery slope.
I think the only thing that I saved that I'm reusing is probably the Kirky seat.
It's nice to see that everyone in different versions of like whatever it is that you're into cars, everyone suffers from the same sickness of falling down the rabbit hole.
Yep,
And then getting really carried away, and then you're like, I don't know
The pro drift.
how this happened.
It's like it got to the point where I actually bought another car.
Yeah,
I know
we know
this
that
thing-
one too.
I know this one's never gonna run again.
I'm very interested in all that American hot rod stuff because that's the stuff I would have been interested in when I was younger, before I got the JDM bug. But just seeing like sub 10 second, like sub 9 second Hondas, just stuff we don't really have in Ireland, like crazy drag cars, and just even all the stuff that was around Jimmy's. Like his setup is beautiful. He's got the couple of guys working for him, and they have their merch set up where they send everything out. And he's got stackers for cars, and yeah, man, it was such a nice experience. Like the weather was just beautiful in Connecticut. Connecticut is very American. It looks exactly like I would expect to see in some kind of, you know, an American movie. Look at the back wheels, man.
Like the bars on the window for drag racing.
Jimmy and his friends, it seems like quite a similar group of friends to like me and my mates, like his friend Spoon and all the guys that were coming and going, that just hang out in the shop, and that it's yeah, it was incredible. Such a really nice group of friends.
Hi, I'm Dave Egan and I drink Full Throttle.
It's got an eagle, the flag, and it says Full Throttle. Original citrus. It tastes like the stuff that you spray in your bathroom when you want to get rid of the smell of farts.
Febreze?
Yes.
That's a really cool one.
So we came outside of Jimmy's shop.
It's been a big Honda week.
It has been a big
I
Honda
didn't mean
week.
for it to be that way. I'm not mad about it.
There's a really nice, is it an SW20 chassis over here as well, or would it have like, cool. So there's a nice MR2, the SW20 series. What's in it? Is it a K20 or a K24 or?
K24.
Wow.
Just an A2?
Because you guys, the K20 would have just been whatever over here. Did you get the K20 at all? Or?
Yeah, we got the K20.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the K20, we got the K24 and the variants of it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, start it up. I want you to hear it. It's crazy because it just like spools at idle. It sounds ridiculous. It feels casual because he's one of the homies, but
Yeah.
no, he's a gangster. This is really cool.
This is pretty gangster. I just love how normal it is for you guys to turbo this stuff. You're just further ahead of us with this kind of...
We don't have our friends to tell us no.
Yeah,
we
which
have
is-
like this toxic positivity of fucking do it, you know?
It
Like-
definitely pays off. The second I saw the license plates around, I was like, ah yeah, I know what's going on here. Just the Hondata was the little... Yeah. It seems on this whole trip it's just been surprise after surprise. So, especially up around here, because it just, like, it's just nice and, you know, understated, original looking, and then you pop the, I guess the, what would you call this, the trunk over here? The trunk lid, and then it's literally a holy shit moment.
My Irish video was the same thing. I was like, oh, 8.6, wow.
Yeah.
You're the tranny.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So Toyota gearbox made it to a K24.
Yeah. So basically I'm using stock mounts in the tranny side and one custom mount. That's it.
That's it.
Mhm.
Bet you it's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's beautiful on the outside. RPF one's in black, just nice blue. It's beautiful, man. I like the attention to detail.
Thank you.
So you said this is 500.
500 horsepower.
Oh man, it's insane. I am being forced to do rings over here in Connecticut.
It's like a foreign exchange student program for rings.
So they have their own ring arena down here, which is like the one we have at our shed. And I will be doing them in a brand new car.
It's technically an 86, but it's also a Subaru, but it's also a GR86.
Badge 86.
It's an 86.
I like that you have a ring arena also, which is kind of funny.
Ours is a little rough. Yours is pretty rough too.
It is rough, yeah.
You have a good balance of nervousness and happiness.
This is definitely the most expensive car he'll have done rings in. His 86 might actually be worth more than this BRZ.
That's what I'm saying.
This is fantastic because Neil has not only gone so far into the future of catching up on his content, he's gone so far into the future of 86s as well.
You know what's I always say about this car is hilarious. It's like, this is actually my cheapest and easiest car to fix. Think about it.
That's why you gave it to Neil.
Think literally though. Think like an S13 with an SR.
Yeah, true. You can go down to the parts store and just get something for it in 10 minutes.
This bumper, anything. Like think about like the motor. If I blow this engine, $2,500, right?
What?
If I popped an SR. Welcome to the Ring Arena, U.S. chapter.
And this is
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Hi, I'm Neil, and I don't know what I'm doing. And this is a load of rings in Connecticut. Wow, this thing likes to go sideways real easy.
This looks fun.
I feel bad doing it to such a nice car.
But it's quiet, so it doesn't sound like you're beating on it.
No, it doesn't.
So you're technically not, right?
Stealthy rings.
I was terrified of the nice advans and the potholes. I thought I was going to crash, and then that would make great television.
Do you think it made up for 5 years of missed rings?
Yeah, I missed doing the donuts.
You're usually the donut capturer.
Yeah, I'm usually the man behind the camera. And now I'm thrown in the hot seat. I should have said thrown in the hot seat. But this is brand new. And you're like, fucking wreck it! Wreck the fucking thing! Wreck it! It's got lovely advance and everything. Look at all those potholes. Come on!
I'm just saying, this is the only car that you could drive that you could break, and it would be the cheapest thing for Jimmy to fix of all the cars he has.
Yeah, I'd still feel really bad though.
Yeah. They're made for it.
I know, I feel bad ragging on other people's cars.
The whole commercials for these things.
Yeah, this was in, they were driving around.
Subaru's had to do it.
They're informing the drift. Over here. She's a left hooker.
I just can't get used to it at all.
She's a left hooker, lad.
I was hoping you'd be here, but you're on the other side. He's a pro!
He loves the ring. I love it.
No matter what, and no matter how far you get in the car world, you're always smiling after a few cheeky donuts.
Or no matter how sophisticated in the car world you think you've got.
No.
You know, you could have a
The
fun
primal, it's just there every time, like,
And it's a little bit of looking around going, ooh, I wonder will I get in trouble?
Between seeing Jimmy stuff, Adam stuff, clutch kickers, DJ stuff across the way, this has been a very inspiring trip for me. Maybe to take Juicebox a little bit more serious and maybe go at it full time next year. Like, just seeing that these guys are able to make a living out of doing this stuff and just build cool cars with their friends and that. It's something you don't really see in Ireland, so I guess I kind of just don't think it's possible. But being here over the last few days has been incredibly inspiring. And I hope you enjoyed the content that was on the Driftgames channel. And this remix that I've done on my own channel. I can't thank Dave enough for just plotting me into this. He just slotted me into this world.
It's a clean wig. You're good.
It's a clean wig.
Let's see.
Let's get it on there. It's my Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh my god, he looks like he just came off of a coke bender.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. There. It's a vibe, dude.
Very limited run. They've got like 600cc. And
This trip's really getting to your head, Dave. You've lost control.
I got a Corvette at home.
Yeah, it's not like what I drive every day, but you know, probably do look as ridiculous as I feel.
With the hat
I
on.
kind of like the hair on you.
More Wayne's World now.
There we go. I like with the hat on. Yeah.
Went to America once.
I just came back. He's created friendships with all these guys over the last year from going over there and networking and that, and give me the opportunity to network and create contacts with these people and make friends with them and stuff. I would never get a chance to be in these situations otherwise. It was a super surreal experience, and reflecting on it, it makes me wonder, like, could I do Juicebox full time, set up like a Patreon and like do more adventures and maybe have a more regular upload schedule. Like, the last 6 months has been such a huge eye-opener between the LZ Fest and all the stuff that happened and seeing the interest in the channel. I feel like maybe over my views are kind of dipping a bit, but like the core audience, you guys are still there, and I would love to do something like this full time maybe, and just like put out more videos and go on more adventures with people and collaborate with other channels and have more time to do this. I wonder if I was doing this for 40 hours a week, doing the Juicebox thing, would like, how far could I take it?
seeing all these other YouTube people and how they've made a business out of it and stuff, it was a massive eye-opener for me personally, and makes me wonder, like, maybe if I should give it a go, see what would happen after the 8.6, build more stuff, do it faster than 5 years, and see where it could go. Having reliable merch, go back to Japan, who knows. Look, I really hope you enjoyed this little kind of reflection on the America trip. Like I said, I didn't get to film much of my own stuff, so a little bit of a regurgitation of the footage with just a little side note here and there, and other footage that I didn't put in to the Driftgames stuff. We did a Juicebox Driftgames collaboration hoodie and t-shirt to commemorate the trip. It was quite nice. We just said we'd collaborate. If there's any left on their store, on the driftgames.life store, please pick one up. Helps to support both channels. Yeah, it was nice to collaborate with the Driftgames guys. We're 2 YouTube channels in Ireland that are doing similar stuff, and it would be great to collaborate more with the lads. Like, the lads are sound. I know Dave a really long time, and it was great spending. We basically spent 24 hours together for 12 days, and we were really going to love each other or hate each other after that, but like, we got on great, and it would be so cool to do more stuff in the future with the guys. They've been super nice to us over the last year and inviting us to each event so we could sell stuff, bringing Jimmy down to our shed, doing all sorts, creating that network. And I definitely would like to collaborate with Jimmy and other people in the future, and Driftgames guys and adventures, and, you know, just do more with the YouTube channel that I've been lucky enough to have. I really do appreciate all of you guys that tune in every week to, you know, what we do in the shed and the other ventures and that adventures. Just keep it going. I'm very fortunate to have this situation that I'm in, and I just love to grow it and make the most of this opportunity while it's here, because it's not going to last forever, and I really do appreciate the journey and the ride. Back to regular scheduling next week. I've got a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. Please like, share, turn on the notification bell if you want. We have like 130,000 subscribers, and it'd be awesome if more people were getting to see the videos. Yeah. What else? I don't know. Check out the rest of the Driftgames trip in America. It would have been so cool to stick around and stay with the guys, but unfortunately I got to go back to work. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of this. What else you'd like to see, maybe with YouTube and Juicebox, you know, or maybe if you'd be interested in me setting up a Patreon to maybe do something like this full time, or, you know, I'm always open for suggestions. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Take care. Goodbye.